Okay. Okay. Still to share. Hmm. Where's the record on the screen again?
Okay, that's okay. It's all right. I'm recording. So
Okay.
yay, welcome to the virtual speaking success um, training for GSFE. This is for any of you who are on the recording, and then we're gonna get started. I'm Lisa Reid from Get Speaking Gigs Now and the International Speaker Network. And today's workshop is literally going to be a workshop, but hopefully a play shop. Like it's not hard work, but an opportunity for you to really dig in, get your questions answered, admit the things that you need help on when it comes to Zoom meetings, leading Zooms, or speaking on Zoom, so that you can, shine and hopefully attract more clients and attract more speaking engagements if that's one of your goals. I know that's not everyone's goal, but that's the world I live in. So what we're going to do first, and I'm Susie was trying to record, and she's like, "How do I record?" So we are actually going to start with that. That was one of the things on my list that we're going to do, and we're going to let Debbie come on in here real quick while she gets connected. So one of the things that we don't always realize is that Zoom can do, welcome Debbie, Zoom can do a lot of things, probably more things than we really need. It's kind of like having your computer. Like your computer could do a lot of things, but you don't need all those things. You're just like, we need to decide, what do I need for my business? What do I need to manage and things like that. So Zoom can be a little confusing. Has anyone ever felt confused by Zoom before? I
Yeah.
know, yeah. So I use it all the time. I'm a pro user. I've been using it before the pandemic, and I still find it confusing. So there are no dumb questions today, okay? Because if it's a question and you're going to get an answer that's going to help your business, we want to get those questions in. We want to let's deal with it today. And so that you are empowered and you have the tools that you need. One of the things that they have are codes that you can do, like keyboard shortcuts, and I'll show you what those are. But
Oh.
there's one for recording. And we're gonna, before you go into trying to find it, you just listen to me first. Because I know I was like, where is it? Um, in Zoom, there's there's like back end stuff that you can say, like, this is how I want my Zoom room to work, or this is how I want my meeting to be set up. There's all these things behind the scenes that you can do. One of them, there's a whole long list of control keyboard shortcuts that you can enable. You may not have them enabled, and that's okay, but you're just going to jot down on your notes there, enable keyboard shortcuts, and we can, if we have time at the end, we can go through that and I'll show you. But one of them, and there's a billion of them, right? There's like, I don't know, 27 or something. There's a whole bunch. We don't need all those shortcuts. But here's the ones that you're going to want to pay attention to. The share shortcut, the mute shortcut, and the record shortcut. Because don't oftentimes you're like you're trying to find the mute button and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't. Where is it? So if you have the shortcut, and it's different for Macs and PCs. I'll give you guys all the, I'll give you the shortcuts here, but it's going to help with recording a meeting or recording maybe a video. Like maybe you want to do a video and put it on your website or put it in an email or do a training or I send client videos to my clients who maybe they send me their talk and I'll say, okay, let me give you some feedback on this and I'll share it in a video. All I do is I go on Zoom and I hit record and then I stop record and then I send them the video. So there's a lot of things that we have at our disposal we don't even realize that we have. Sharing your screen is also another thing. So we're going to practice these things, but I'm letting you know there's ways to make your life easier without too much complication. Here's one. Yes, yes, question, Susie.
Before you go any farther, Lisa, I just want to introduce you so everybody
Oh, okay,
knows your
sure. We'll
bio.
do. Okay,
Okay?
sure. I'm
We
like
can't
ready to
start
dive in.
without your introduction. So, welcome everybody. Today we have the honor of having Lisa Reid as our instructor. Lisa is the founder of Get Speaking Gigs Now and CEO of the International Speakers Network, with a mission to transform public speaking into a soul fulfilling, not soul sucking, business growth strategy. She's the go to talk doula, helping entrepreneurs to create signature talks and secure bookings for a lifetime. Having rocked over 600 stages, authored 7 books, and graced the airways as a podcast host, Leisa shares proven strategies with others so they can make an impact. Welcome, Leisa, and thank you for helping us improve our skills in leading or joining the virtual meeting.
Oh, thank you, Susie. I got so excited, and I know all of you except Carmelita were just meeting today, so I feel so comfortable with everyone here, and yeah, so thank you for bringing that back to our attention. Yes, Carmelita, did you have a question, or you're just fixing your hair?
Just fixing my hair.
Okay, that's okay.
Trying
That's
to get it
okay.
out of my face.
No worries. All right. So here's one of the things that I always tell my mom, and I tell myself this when it comes to Zoom or trying to figure out something techie. Google it, right? So back to my original point about Zoom. It's a little confusing. There's lots of menus. Even if you logged into your account, there's all these different menus, and sometimes it's not in the spot that I think it's going to be. So instead of going through all those menus and getting confused and going down a rabbit hole, I just Google what I want. So I might say, how do I get Zoom shortcuts? Like, what are the keyboard shortcuts on Zoom? And I would just Google it. So right now, let's just do that. Everyone Google it real quick. Just say, you just go to your Google window or whatever I'm using Google as a blanket term. You might use a different search engine. And just say, how do I get keyboard shortcuts on Zoom? And see what it says. And it's probably going to tell you exactly what to do. So, who looked it up? Still working on it. Did anyone get an answer yet?
I I got
Debbie?
click your profile picture, then click settings, click
Okay.
keyboard shortcuts.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, say it again, Debbie.
The first thing that came up was click your profile picture, then click settings, click keyboard shortcuts.
So that's one way. So the interesting thing about Zoom is there's a like when you go on to the actual site and zoom.com and it's you're looking in your desktop, I guess is what they call it. But then there's also a Zoom app on your computer as well. So there's two different ways that you can access it. So what Debbie's talking about is the Zoom app, if you have the Zoom app on your computer.
Oh, no, I must not have it because I clicked on my picture and then I clicked on those 3 buttons and nothing's happened.
Uh,
I mean, there's a menu, but it doesn't say anything about
It's
shortcuts.
not, yeah. So it's not when you're in a Zoom meeting. So right now we're in a Zoom
Oh,
meeting, right? This would be when you would go to your own Zoom account and
oh,
put them in.
oh.
But it's okay. Like you may already have them set up. So Susie, since you're the co-host, you would have permission to record. I want you to hit, um, do you have an alt button on your PC? Do you have a PC or a Mac?
Uh, it's a laptop.
Okay.
I have Control Shift and FN.
Okay. Do you have a button called Alt, ALT?
No, but I've seen it on desktops. But it's I have Control Shift, Caps Lock, and FN. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I found it, Lisa.
There we go. Okay. I was like, I'm pretty sure you have one. Okay. So
Okay,
she
so
found
now
the
what?
Alt button. So
Okay,
hit Alt R at the same
Alt
time.
R.
Alt R.
So we
Lisa,
all hit Alt R.
some of the computers, like on mine,
Oh,
I have a button at the bottom that says record.
Yeah,
oh,
you might have that too. Yeah. So I'll explain that in just a second. So Susie,
oh, okay.
did you
Alt
hit Alt
R.
R
Yes.
and did it record?
Yes, because it's showing me recording with the little red dot.
Okay. So yeah, usually you'll hear it say Alt or it says recording in progress. It'll start to
Yes.
say that.
Okay,
Now,
good.
it's not going to work for everyone on the call today because Susie's the co-host and I'm the host. So I would have to allow you all to record, which we could do that. Like that's
Yeah.
another thing. As a host, you can allow people to record, but they would have to request that feature. Now, Robbie's point to like sometimes we can see the record button on the bottom of our screen when we're in a Zoom room. That's because we're the host of that call.
Oh,
So since I'm hosting today, I would be able to see that record button on my end. But if I came to a GSFE meeting where I'm a guest, I'm not going to see that. I would have to ask for
But
the
I see
explanation.
it on mine and I'm a guest.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
ask
cool.
Lisa Reid. And then it says your
Yes,
title.
try
It says
hitting
to
it.
ask.
Try hitting it, Robbie, and see what it says.
Oh, let's see what happens.
Okay.
It says request to record to the computer. So it sends you a request, but it is there.
Okay, yeah. So you'd have to request it, right? So this is helpful for you when you are hosting a meeting, right? You want to be able to know, okay, here's where I can record really quick. I can hit Alt R and it'll record. That way you don't have to like kind of search around for it. The other thing is, and this is what's really cool when you create your own videos. Does anyone create their own videos for
I
their
need to
business?
start.
You need to
So
start bit. Okay. So one of the things that you can do is you get yourself all ready, like you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. And instead of having to like search, watch me right now, like if I'm searching for like where is the look at me, I'm like, where is the thing, right? We don't want that. We don't want to do that. We want to look like we're looking right into the camera. So what I do before I hit record, I have my fingers on Alt R because it's different for Macs, but that's for PC. I will have my fingers on Alt R and then I get kind of ready. And I'm not going to hit it because I'm already recording, but I'll be like, have my smile on, like, here we go, we're going to go. And I hit Alt R and it starts recording. And I'm like, hey, I'm Lisa Reid, da 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 da. And I'm going to say the thing and whatever the training is, etc. I might share my screen. We're going to get in that in a second. And then once I'm done, I just kind of, as I'm sort of wrapping up, I'll maybe look down at my keyboard real quick and I get my fingers on Alt R again and I hit Alt R and it stops. So then you don't have to worry about editing it and all that kind of stuff. So it just takes a lot of that tech part out of it. Okay.
so is it impolite? You said no dumb questions. So
Yeah, no dumb questions.
is is it okay if I do send you a request just to
Yeah.
put this thing into? Okay.
Yeah, try it.
Because I need to do something to.
Yeah. So what's happening right now is then I'm getting a note that says Debbie Love is requesting to record on their computer. So I'm going to approve it. And Carmelita, yes.
Yeah, I have a question. I almost lost you. I had to, when I went on the link, I typed in the how do I get shortcuts on Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
I got that. I mean, it came up,
Mm-hmm.
and they do have an explanation about that
Yes.
on the Zoom. And I had to leave the meeting in order to do that. I almost lost you guys. So if you want to know what happened to Carmelita, I was
You
on
were like almost
I
out.
was on the Zoom. I mean
The app or whatever
the website, the Zoom. I mean the Google. I was on the
uh-huh.
Google website,
Okay.
but I,
Okay.
I I still don't really quite understand what you're talking about. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm
That's
still.
okay. Don't even worry. This is why we're here. The beauty of you showing up is that you get your exact questions answered. So here's the thing. And I saw, when I said Google something, I saw, people go to their phones. That's one way. But what you can do if you go to if you look at look at your computer in the top right in black, you'll see like there's the X. Don't hit the X because then you'll leave the meeting. But there's a thing in the middle that it's like two squares. If you
Yeah.
click on that, it'll kind of minimize the Zoom meeting
Oh, okay.
part. Okay.
Hmm.
Then you can go to you don't have to do it that way, but I'm just saying like it's a simple way to explain what we're doing. Then you can go to your, Google Drive or what your, however you go on the internet and you go on the internet there, find your thing. Then you can minimize that. Do you guys know what I mean when I say minimize the screen?
Yeah.
Just,
I'll explain it just in case
yeah.
maybe Carmelita or Debbie.
Yeah, well,
So
actually, Lisa, that's what I did.
yeah,
It's already on minimize right now.
okay,
That's how I was able to go to the Google
great.
and type it in,
Okay,
and
good.
it came up. And when it came up, I lost you guys. That's why I had to go back and find the link to get back in again. Anyway, I'm glad I'm back in again.
You never left. You just probably couldn't find it. But so one thing that's interesting about it, sometimes we just need to get used to certain things of like, oh, if I minimize it, where can I find it again? Like, where is that meeting? And that will allow you to really utilize more than just the Zoom meeting, and that you can like, oh, actually, I have all these things at my disposal. Kind of like when you're cooking, like you could be using the microwave, the stove, the sink, the fridge, like all like the countertops. You don't just looking at the microwave, right? So we want to be able to like, how can we have that versatility when we're leading a meeting? So for example, so just test it right now. Everyone click like when you go in that top right corner, hit the minimize button. Like if you scroll over it a little bit, you kind of hover over it, it'll say minimize. Hit the minimize button. Oh, it says I can't do it while I'm recording.
Yeah, I can't do it either.
That's okay. But you can do the thing in the middle, the little squares, and you could try that. You can also when you hit the middle button, I don't know what it's called, it's not minimize, but the little two squares, go to your Zoom meeting. Now it's like in a box, but maybe it's not the whole screen. Now it's a rectangle. Does anyone see that? Where it's like now your screen is a little different. You can arrow over it and drag it and make it smaller or bigger. Do you guys know how to do that?
Yes.
Yes, Debbie knows how to do that. Okay. Susie,
Yep.
do you know what I'm talking about? Carmelita's
Uh,
like, no. Angela's a yes. Okay.
no. I don't know what you mean.
Okay.
My screen is little.
It's okay.
Oh, it got little.
So what you can do is you can minimize it, maximize it, change the size of it. It can be like a long rectangle. It can be on the top of your page. So well, I'll start again. So when we're at you go to the right-hand corner, if you have the full screen right now, and you're going to hit the button, top right-hand corner that's got the two little boxes.
Uh-huh.
Click that. It'll kind of make it a little smaller.
Yeah.
Then so now you can see this black box around
Mhm.
your screen. And you go to the edges of that black box, you'll notice that your cursor will change. It'll change
Oh, I
into this
see.
double arrow, right? It will do that on the top or the bottom. I mean, on the side or the bottom. So if you go like, say, on the left side of that screen and you just click it and drag it, you can make it all the way bigger, or you can drag it to make it smaller. So just practice that real quick and see, like,
Oh,
does that
okay.
work? How are we doing?
And so, Lisa, you use that when you want to get on your keyboard and go to Google or something or
Yeah,
other.
like maybe you want to do something else, but you still want to see everyone in the meeting, and you're like, oh, let me check that link. Like for example, when we're getting our links to share in the chat, we might be like, where is it? I can't find it. And so this way you could still see everyone in the meeting. Like you're all on the side of my screen now, but
Mhm.
I have my desktop open so I could do other stuff and I don't lose you. Okay. Carmelita, how are we doing with that? Do you know what I'm talking? She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Okay, so Lisa, is that like like when you have to put your info in the chat, your
Yeah.
website and so forth or other, you find a place where that little piece of information is
Yes.
so that
Yeah.
you can copy it?
You got it. And we'll go through
Okay.
that too in a minute. Hi,
Okay.
Angeline. Welcome. So
Thank
glad
you.
you made it home. Hopefully everything went well
Lisa,
this morning.
Yes.
Yes,
Lisa,
Carmelita. Yes.
Lisa, I already had it on minimize on the screen on the laptop.
Okay.
So what you're talking about with the box with the X and all that stuff, I don't see any of it because I'm already I'm
Okay.
already minimized.
That's okay.
And
So
I can see the link that you type into Google at the top.
great. Wonderful. So when
Oh,
you look at the black box of the Zoom meeting, right, Carmelita, and can you hover on the edges of it, and does your cursor change to like a little double arrow?
who me?
Yeah.
Hover over the Zoom meeting. Oh. Okay, I see something where it says recording, and then in the corner on the right at the top it says view.
Yeah. So if you go to the edge of the black box of the Zoom meeting, right? Like kind of just go to the edge of the window. Right
Uh-huh.
on the edge, does your cursor change to a double arrow?
Yes.
The
Yeah.
only thing I see is it says recording, And then on the other side, it says view, and it's got like
The grid, like a grid.
a grid, a
Mhm.
grid.
Okay.
That's what I see.
Okay. We'll move on, but I wish I was there with you in person. I could show you.
Now, I
It's
can see,
okay.
I'm not using a phone. I'm using the actual a laptop
Yes, me too.
computer.
Me too. Yep. I think we're all on a computer today except for Grace. Okay, so but let's actually talk about the view box as Carmelita brought that up because it allows you to do a few different things. So does everyone see the view option at the top right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Go ahead and click on it, and you'll notice that you get a few different options. You could do speaker option, which whoever's making noise or whoever's, whoever spoke. Yeah, see, now Susie's in speaker option, right? Or maybe I'm in speaker option. All right. You could go to gallery option. That's where we're going to see everybody. You could do multi-speaker, like if we have a couple speakers, and immersive is a little bit more complicated. I don't ever use that one, but I will change this based on how the meeting is going. Like, say, for example, in a GSFE meeting, there's a speaker, right? Which is quite often that happens in our chapter meetings. So the host might put them on speaker view because they want to have a recording and highlight the speaker which is fine. Um, as a participant, I might still want to see everybody. Like I don't need to just necessarily see their face. So I might put it in as a viewer, I could put it in gallery view and still see everybody. It doesn't hurt the recording. The host's recording is still going to go how they have their option, but it allows you to decide what kind of view that you want. In addition, if they're sharing their screen, you can also use gallery view. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to share my screen and you guys can practice. Wait, hold on. What do I want to share? Let me find what I want to share first. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, I'm on a gallery now.
Yeah, good. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. All right. So here we are. So I'm sharing my screen here. And now go to the view button where the grid is, and you can see another option. You might say like, well, I want to see her shared screen, but I still want to see the gallery. Or no, I'm fine with just seeing that whole thing. So it gives you different options. Just play around with them and you can choose which option works best for you. And that way you have a little more control over your experience when you're in a meeting.
So
Debbie, are you
Lisa,
seeing it? Okay. You got it? Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
so
Susie.
Lisa, why would you hide yourself?
You might hide yourself. That's a really great question. Some people really don't like looking at themselves,
Oh,
right? And I don't know about all of you, but gosh, I never looked at myself more than being on all these Zoom meetings, right? Like I don't ever look in the mirror this much. But Zoom kind of like makes you, oh wow. Now it's not a bad thing. I'm used to it now, but for some people it's really distracting or
oh, okay,
it's just uncomfortable. So
okay,
then you can hide your view, yeah, if you want. Like maybe if you're just meeting like one-on-one with someone, you don't need to look at yourself with the person. You can just go, I'm going to hide my view and then I'm only looking at that person. That's one way to do it. Okay.
okay. Now, I have a question. I don't know if this will
Yep. Go
cover
ahead.
this part or not. Okay, so sometimes I'm on a Zoom, like a LifeWave Zoom, and I want to share my screen so that I can show a LifeWave video to
Hmm.
my Zoom people.
Hmm.
And then I get confused about which buttons to click first to get the video on. You got to enable it, then you
Yeah.
got to share your screen.
Yeah. Okay. So, does anyone else have issues with sharing their screen? Like, yeah, sometimes it can be confusing, right?
I've just never had to do it.
Okay. Yeah. And so if you've never done it before, here's one thing I definitely say. Practice whatever you're going to do. Like if you have an event where you're going to be you're highlighting or you've got a potential client or like it's an important business thing, practice. Practice before, have someone else, have your best friend on a Zoom call or another GSFE sister on a Zoom call. So you're like, I don't know where that button is, and you can figure it out, right? But uh my tip would be to open up the screen that you want to share, just like I did before I hit share. I was like, wait, I had gone to something else because we were doing another exercise. We were Googling something, so I had gone off the area that I wanted to share. So before I hit share, I want to make sure you don't need to see me going through all my windows and
Gyrations.
tabs and things like that. So we want to go right to that spot. Now, here's
Okay.
a tip. I don't know if anyone else has a billion tabs open, but I sure do. I've got like so many tabs open.
Yeah.
So the trick that I do when know that I'm going to share something, especially like as a speaker, I will drag that tab all the way over to the left. If it's like a document that I need or something online or a YouTube thing,
Oh.
I'll drag that all the way to the left because then I don't have to sit there searching for it, right? So I mean, you can close all your tabs. I don't ever do that because I always have tabs open. So, that's another thing that I'll do. And that's really helpful. Now, with what Susie's talking about, sometimes if you need to share sound, um, Zoom it's a very teeny tiny box, which is why I don't usually share sound on Zoom because when you hit the share button, and right now I'm going to make it so
Yeah,
you could practice
oh
doing
yeah,
it.
now I can share.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the other thing is this, when you're hosting, you have control over who can share or not, right? I
Yes.
just made an executive decision that we can all share because we all trust each other here. There's no unsavory people bombing our meeting, right? We're all here in a safe environment. But so when you share, if you hit that share button, just
Mhm.
don't share yet, but just pretend you're going to share. If you hit the share button,
Mhm.
it'll say, see the options where it says share sound or optimize video sharing. So
Yes, I see it.
Yes.
that's the little teeny tiny box that you would need to check if you're doing video or sound, and they just make it so small, like you have to
Right.
really look for it. So that's another thing. Yeah, that can throw someone off because you could be sharing it, but the people don't hear what you're doing. You don't want that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I see. So you can choose whether you want to see the people or you just want to see the whole screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I even use it
Okay.
for a different thing. I pin a certain person. So if it's in
Yeah, you
gallery,
could do that. Yes,
I
you
will
could do
go
that.
in and pin like my sensei so that I don't have to see everybody else make mistakes and I can watch him
Absolutely.
detail. And he's the
Big.
whole
Yeah.
screen because I need to see the detail. And
Okay, that's a good
So
point,
I'll
Debbie.
show you how to do that.
How do you pin
I'll show you how
somebody
to do
then?
that. So go ahead
Okay.
to your own box in Zoom today,
Yeah.
and where where it says mute, and then so if you highlight over your box, you'll see the three dots, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you can this is where you could blur your background. You could put a video on a video filter. You
Oh.
could pin somebody. So you could go to someone else and say, like, I want to pin Carmelita, or I want to pin Robbie or Debbie. You could pin someone else.
Oh,
Hide
okay.
just go to
yourself
the
view.
picture.
Yeah.
Oh,
You could also edit your profile picture or rename yourself. So while we're here, I definitely recommend putting your company in your Zoom name. So we could do it today for the meeting, but you would need to go and do it in your video, like your Zoom account. You would want to, like, what name do I want to display all the time? So you don't have to always change it. So you may just take a look real quick where it says my name on my box there.
mhm.
So it says
Rename.
Lisa Reid.
Rename.
Yes.
Right, but look at this line. So it says Lisa Reid, and then there's a vertical line, like a long vertical line, and then my company name. That
Yeah.
long vertical line is a key on your keyboard. For my keyboard, it's right above the enter button on the right. So that's another way we could just practice it right
Oh,
now. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It's clean. It makes a nice divide. You don't have to put in
Oh, it's on the
parentheses.
slash key where the
I
slash
Yeah,
key
never
it's
is.
like
noticed that.
shift. Yeah. So
I
go
never
ahead and let's
noticed
do
either.
this now. Everybody go to the three dots, and we're just going to
Okay.
rename ourselves and
Okay.
practice it. Put your business name or your
Oh,
if you want to
Uh-huh.
say I'm a coach or I'm a, depends on how long your business name
So
is, how you want to do that. But you could put like GSFE, director, or you can change it that way. So let's try that.
Where did you say the
Oh,
3 dots were?
They are in our, so if you look in your box of your picture, the on the right hand side, top right, it says mute, and then there's the 3 dots. You click on those 3 dots.
I don't, oh, I see.
You see it, and then scroll all the way down to rename.
Okay, I see it.
Now, Robbie, you're not going to be able to put all your titles on there because then they'll run out of room on the. I don't think they have that many characters. No, I'm just kidding.
Can we get a smaller font, please?
Yeah, right. So yeah, great. Debbie Love, great. Warrior women workshops. They're very nice. Okay. Action coach with results. Okay, Susie, we've got life wave stem cell regeneration. Okay, so let's do
should we shorten it?
Your
uh
We could
spelling
do
is incorrect,
www.
Susie.
yeah, it's
So,
spelling. So
okay.
so
Oh, so
but
I
at
have to
least
do
it
it
gives,
again.
yeah, do a little you just go in there and edit it. You just do a little space and then stem cell
Rename.
regeneration. I would capitalize
Doing
stem
stuff.
cell and regeneration personally if it was me.
Okay.
Carmelita, are you with me?
Um,
You're
I'm taking notes because I
okay.
don't see any of what you're talking about.
Okay.
Maybe it's on the phone. I don't know. So
No, it's you're writing it down. Okay.
I'm writing
S.
down the notes and I'll check it out, the best way I can. But I am very simple with my title, which is already in. The late Retha Gray. I don't know if you know of Retha. She was
Yes.
a wonderful, wonderful soul. She helped me get started on my Zoom, and it's not really activated yet. So she
Okay.
didn't get that far.
You're
But
doing fine.
I'm only going to have one title for what I'm doing, and that's for my organization, the Rose Breast Cancer Society. So I don't need to rename anything. So that's the only one
Okay.
I'm going to ever be using.
Okay. Well, right now it says your name. Okay, so just so you're aware, we're all on computers too, so we're all in the same boat. Do you see all of us, our pictures on the screen,
I
Carmelita?
see everybody.
Yeah, you see everyone. So I want you to take your mouse and I want you to go to your square, like Hollywood squares, right? We're like Hollywood squares. And in your square, you'll see on the top right corner the mute button
The three.
and the 3 dots.
I
I
Yep.
want
see that.
I want you to click on the 3 dots. And
Oh,
when
okay.
you do that, you'll see those different options that we're talking about. You don't need to do
Oh,
anything, but
okay.
then that's where I want you to know where it is so that you don't, so you can use it another time. Okay?
Got it. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay. We're all good now, right? We're good?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
then what you want to do is when after this meeting, you can go into your own Zoom account and change it to the permanent name that you can always change it in a meeting again. So you're
Yeah.
not married to it, but you don't want to have to like rename yourself every single time. So whatever the name is that you're going to do, if you want to put your company name in, you want to have that as like the default. Okay. Um, the other thing I was going to say was, okay, there's so many things I want to talk about. We're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about virtual backgrounds. We're going to talk about the chat. Okay. And we're going to talk about some kind of do's and don'ts and stuff, like just like simple things to be aware of. But
I have a question
yes,
before I forget.
yes.
Can you have, because I do have a big screen, I have a 36 5 inches screen. Okay, so, but what I like to do, I like to be able to have a timer on my right
Oh,
and
yeah.
another one on the left. Can you do that? Like my chat on the left. Can with Zoom, are they allowing you to have two different apps?
Well, you can have an app. Yeah. So there's apps on Zoom. If you go down at the bottom, you should see an option, so like down at the bottom, you see maybe audio, video, participants, chat, things like that. And it's different for
Yeah,
when you're not hosting. There's a button that says apps. Do you see that?
yeah,
Apps.
apps.
Yeah.
So you click on apps. Let's just click on it. What and see what happens.
Where do you,
Wait.
I'm sorry.
That's
What
okay.
are you talking about apps?
On the bottom of your screen, in the black box here, you should see some options. And one of the options might say apps. And I say might because if you haven't updated your Zoom, it might not be there.
And there's timer.
Yeah.
Mine's under more.
Okay. Yeah. It
Yeah,
might be under
the
more.
apps thing.
There you go.
I'm sorry, I don't see apps.
That it might be because you have an outdated Zoom
Yes.
thing. So let's
Yeah.
let's just pause for just a second. Here's the other thing that Zoom doesn't do. They're not going to notify you to update, okay? In fact, it'll probably happen at the most inconvenient time, right before you're about to log on to host a meeting, and then all of a sudden you have to update, and you're like, oh no. So what you could do is maybe once a month or something, put a note in your calendar to update Zoom. Again, they don't make it easy for you to find this. You would think it would be so easy. Just click a button that says update. No. Every time, you guys, I use Zoom all the time. And every time I update, I have to Google it. I Google it. I go,
Oh
how
my
do I
God.
update Zoom? Because it's so confusing the way they have it kind of hidden.
Yes.
So I just say, how do I update my Zoom version? And then I follow the directions.
I don't
Oh,
think I've
wow.
ever done.
That's a bad
But if
news.
you haven't updated in a while, I would recommend it because they're always adding things and kind of fixing
Oh.
stuff. And then you know, so apps is one of them. That's why, Carmelita, you probably don't have it on there because you might not have the latest. It's just fine. So, and if you're going to update, just make sure you don't have anything scheduled like for the next 10, it could take 10 minutes
Yes.
or something like this. It'd be a little messy. Okay. So if we go back to Angeline's question about the app or the timer, you should be able to grab a timer app in the,
Oh.
Yeah, because right now I have a timer,
Oh,
but
that's
then I
where
want
it
to open
is.
chat at the same time. Can I
Yes.
do that?
yes, you can.
Oh, great.
Oh, I see the timer now. Okay, so
Okay.
that's why you can time the speaker.
Exactly,
Or like when
Susie.
people
So,
are doing the, minute commercials or whatever, and then
Yeah.
you don't have to interrupt or in the breakout rooms.
Oh,
Like you're like, you have 6 minutes
yeah.
in the breakout room and they can see the clock ticking down. So that's nice because
Oh,
sometimes someone might be talking the whole time and they've eaten up the
the whole time.
entire time for everybody. That does happen sometimes. Okay. But while we're on the topic of Angeline brought up the chat. She wants to be able to see the chat. Is everybody seeing the chat and knows how to find the chat? And you're looking at the chat.
yeah, at the bottom of my screen it says chat. Because right now I'm having a timer open.
Okay. So I want you to click on chat at the bottom of the screen. So Carmelita, do you see the word chat at the bottom when you kind of
I don't think I can get to the bottom of the screen.
it's in the black, so like the black box where we're all here, like we're all Hollywood Square style, right? It'll disappear. So this is where it's tricky. It disappears. I want you to take your mouse and bring it down to the bottom of the screen.
Let
And
me
then all
see
of a
if I
sudden
can
this
move this
menu
back up.
appears.
Let me see if I can move this up. Oh,
Okay, so
I'm trying to drag this up so I can see the
Okay.
bottom.
there you go.
I see some things down there, but I can't get to them because it's not going any further.
Okay. So what I would recommend, Carmelita, go instead of trying to find that, go to the top right corner and try hitting that middle box and see if that expands it to your whole screen.
You mean the grid?
Not the top right corner of your, no, you see where it, on the very tippy top right of the whole of the Zoom screen, you'll see an X and then like a box and a dash. Do you see that?
I see a green. There's a green. What does that say?
Oh yeah, a green meeting
Mhm.
security, and then
And
it
it says
says
recording, and
recording.
then it says view,
And then do you see a line and then a
and then
box and an X?
it says view, and then it's got the grid.
Okay, to the right of that, what do you
There's
see?
nothing else on the other side of it.
Yeah, it's nothing else on me too, Lisa.
You know, I shouldn't confess, but this is my husband's computer, which he's been generously letting me
That's okay.
allow me to use. We share, and
That's
it's
cool.
really not a new computer. It's been around for a long
Yeah,
time.
sometimes we need to update. Okay, well, we're gonna move on, but okay, so the chat. Let's go back to the chat. Can everyone, except I know Carmelita can't find it, but is everyone click? I want you to click on the chat. Just click the button.
Lisa, when I click on it, the chat takes up the whole screen and all the people disappear.
Huh.
Oh, mine doesn't. Mine is just a small window in front of me.
Yeah, it should be just a small, well, so Angeline, that's because so you're clicking on it, just show chat. Let me see.
And there's a little arrow next to the chat,
Mm-hmm.
but it just says show
Show
chat
chat previews.
previews and nothing's happening in
Okay.
there.
So typically when on my screen, and I'll show you what it looks like this.
Maybe it's because the timer's on.
No, it
Oh,
would do
guess
both.
what?
Okay, I'm going to show
I
you
think
what
I found it.
she found it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Wait a minute. I'm seeing. Oh, I found the chat. Okay.
Okay.
Hello there, chat.
Her whole
I'm
world just
excited for
changed.
you.
There
I
we
know
go.
how it feels.
Okay. So on my screen, what I can see is I can still see our gallery. And then on the right, there's a white column that's the chat. And quite often I have that open throughout the whole meeting, like if there's a lot of chats going on. Okay, so I want to figure this out for everybody. So Angeline, when you click it, it just shows the little window right
Yeah,
above.
because what I did is that I have my app on the right.
It should still do it because you can open more than one app you can open more, but try closing your timer app.
How do you close the timer app?
Yeah,
Just
and
exit,
if I close the timer
just you hit an X.
and my meeting chat is in the middle. That's odd.
Mm,
So you
No,
close the timer and then when you hit chat, it's still in the middle of the
Yeah.
screen. Oh, that's
wonder
weird.
if that,
Yeah.
now
But that's interesting because
I
when
can't
I
get rid of the
host,
timer.
when I host, my meeting chat is on the right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, usually it's just on the right, but okay. So then
I can't
Susie,
close. You know what, Lisa? I cannot close the timer. And
okay.
whenever we have meetings, I always have the chat there, but I think that the timer is interrupting it.
Okay. When you look at the timer, do you see an X on there? Like on the top
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Click
And
that.
I tried to X out, but it refused to go. It's still in the top little horizontal bar, and the
Okay.
time's ticking down.
Okay.
Mm.
That's okay. We're just going to let it leave there. So here's probably what would help some of these scenarios is doing that install the updates, right?
Yes.
So put that on your calendar for later today or sometime this weekend to just go and do that. That might open up a lot of opportunities for you.
Oh,
Okay.
Because here's what we want to do when it comes to business and when we're in a business Zoom meeting, whether we're leading or participating, we're there for business. The chat is a treasure trove of business. Okay.
Right.
So we want to really get used to using it, to being aware that it's there, how to use it, and I'll go through some of these things too. But to not notice it can cost you thousands of dollars. Okay. So we really want to get comfortable using chat and being able to access it and noticing when there's like you'll get a little notification if there's a new chat. So anytime there's there, like I'll do one right now, like chat.
Oh,
If I
I
hit
do
now,
that.
you're going to get a notification that there's a new like a little number one or something. It'll say
mm-hmm,
it's a new chat, right?
mm-hmm.
So we want to be really aware of that and cognizant of that, whether we're leading or participating in something. Okay. Now, if you go to the chat, whether it's in the little box or on the side or wherever, and I'm going to hit a message. Does everyone know how to message someone privately?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Robbie, yes. You know how to message someone privately? Great. Okay, so now of course, it takes a lot of awareness here. We don't want to message the whole group accidentally. I don't know if anyone's ever done that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you do need to put, pack your patience when it comes to using the chat with Zoom. You want to be mindful of what you're doing so that you don't accidentally message everyone something that was just meant for one person.
Mm-hmm.
And you can usually just click on the meeting group chat button there and pick your person who you want to send a private message to, and voila, they'll get that private message. But then when you go back, you want to unselect. Like if I'm gonna right now, I'm gonna send a message to Susie. So I selected Susie. I'm gonna say hi. No one else can see that, but Susie can.
Mm-hmm.
But now if I went to do another chat, I would have to remember to do everyone in the chat, not just Susie. Otherwise, it'll go right back to Susie. So you need to really, it's kind of like you don't want to text your mom the wrong text. You know what I mean? You want to make sure you're messaging the right person. You got to pay attention to that one. Okay. Um, Now, one thing that's kind of cool, I don't know if you're using these things. If you look at the chat now, see where mine says, we just go to where mine says chat, in the chat box there. See, there's a little like a bubble, like a talking bubble next to it if you hover over it. And then there's the little emojis. Do you see that?
Where are
You know,
you?
I can't
Sorry.
see any of that stuff.
Okay, so I'm in the chat.
Oh, well, you
Open
cut.
up the chat.
Go to the chat and do what?
You're okay, and we're just gonna get it open. Susie, can you open it?
Oh, yeah, it takes up the whole screen, Lisa, but I can't
Okay,
see it.
then so open it up,
Yeah.
even though it takes up the
Yes.
whole screen. Then
Uh-huh.
can you minimize it? Like look at
Yes.
the whole screen and then like shorten it,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
can you do
I
that?
It
minimize it.
won't minimize, it just disappeared.
Okay. Okay,
But
that's fine. So just do the whole screen, that's fine. And go to my chat at 1043 that says chat. Next to that word chat,
Okay.
you'll see a little box that says reply. If you hover over it, it says reply. It's like a little like
Mm-hmm.
thought bubble, right?
Yeah.
Next to that one, it says add reaction. And then you
Oh.
should see these little emojis that come up.
Oh, that's where you see them.
Next to that, you'll see a little three
Three
dots and it's
dots.
got the more
Yeah.
button. So then we can edit something or
Copy,
delete
quote, or
it. Yeah,
delete.
like say you accidentally chat the whole room and you meant to
Oh.
send it to only one person, then, oh, she just deleted my chat. That's fine. Okay, chat test. Let me do it at chat number 2.
Wow.
Okay. You could delete someone else's chat, right?
oh, I see.
There we go. Carmelita did a chat. Woo woo. Yeah, girl. You did it.
Thought
Okay.
bubble
Debbie, you have a question?
emojis.
My question is, I don't know if it's even appropriate here, but
That's okay.
if I go and, for instance, if I hit the box that's on the line with sign in, recording, view, and if I go to like the box there, right? I get these views with Edge and Google. If I just hover over it, and I don't know why I'm getting these, and I don't know if anybody else does.
Are you talking about your own box? Like you're looking at your box and you're clicking those 3 dots? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm looking at the Zoom. In fact, it
Okay.
happens to be over the chat box that came up on the right
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Okay, so if I go up to where view is and recording and sign in and the
Mm-hmm.
X and the box and
Mm-hmm.
the minimize button, if I put my my thing over, for instance, the box,
Mm-hmm.
I get a whole bunch of different ways. I guess I can um have my screen different ways that I can.
You might be an immersive. Are you an immersive or don't,
Uh,
yeah, I wouldn't use that. I would just go like when you're at the view and you're using the grid there, I would just do their speaker or gallery view.
well, I do. It's just the when I'm in view, yes, but this is not even being in view. This is
Okay.
just over the maximum, um, the full screen window. Oh, oops, you went. Oh, there you are. Hello. let me get you back. I was just wondering what it comes up on everything, and I didn't know what it did. And I
Yeah, I'm
figured,
not sure.
well, it's coming up here and you're here. I thought I would ask because
Oh,
there are
thank you.
no dumb questions today.
No, there's not, but I'd probably have to like look at your screen to like really kind of really understand what you're talking about. But
I
some
will figure it out. One day I'm gonna have
okay.
the guts to click on one of those.
Yeah, when you're not in a thing. Okay, so it looks like we're doing well with the chat. So now what I want you to do is practice putting an emoji next to the chat. So go to my where it says chat number 2 at 10:47. Click hover over the little reaction and decide which I'm going to do a star. Pick your emoji that you want to do. Oh, we got fire. Cool. Oh, there we
We
go.
have five. Oh,
Carmelita's playing with the
That's funny.
reactions. We'll do that in a
is
second.
that I sent to you, Susie? Did anything come up?
That's good. Yes, there
It
we go.
says, hello, Susie.
There we go. Good.
Well, I thought I
Angelina
hit
put
a
her own emoji in the chat.
emoji thingy. Oh, there
So
it is.
go to practice going to someone else's chat. It could be from Carmelita, Angeline's, or whatever, and hover over again backwards. So we've got some people did it. Yes, Carmelita.
Did you see? Did you see what I just
I
sent you?
did. That was amazing. We're going to go over those in just a second. We're going to go over
Oh,
reactions. I
oh,
love it.
okay.
Yeah, you did a good job.
I
Okay,
don't
so
know.
what we're going to do, we're playing with the chat right now though. So go to the chat, find someone else's chat, and then go to the right of that chat and you'll see a little thought bubble that says reply and you'll see the little emoji sign. Click on the emoji that you want. And there's a whole list of emojis. Like you can do like
Oh,
an
fun.
alien, right? You could do all kinds of different things. We could do if you click on the emoji and then click on those little 3 dots, there's all these different, there's like so many. You can do these crazy ones. Like there's like really silly ones. Usually we'll pick up like your most common ones. So a lot of ones I'll do is the star. Robbie, do you see that where that is, where I'm talking about? Okay. So far I've got, let's see, Susie did one. Susie's the only one who's done them besides me. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. Susie's got a zany face. Angeline, do you know what I'm talking about? There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a firecracker. Oh, I like that. Thumbs up. Good. Okay. Debbie,
Now,
do you know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
I'm I'm looking for the appropriate thing, but
You can just do a heart.
I'm just gonna hit one.
Carmelita, what's your question?
okay, when you were talking about emoji, I went to reaction,
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna do
and
that one
that's
too.
and that's where you find the emoji.
No, so well, but yes,
Ah,
you can find it there, but what we're doing is we're in the chat. So if did you find the
so
chat?
I
Yeah,
have to
you
find
did.
it in the chat.
Yeah, so
Yes.
look at the chat and look at all those messages. You can scroll up and down and look at the different messages. And if you find a message, like you like say someone gives you a shout out,
Mm-hmm.
um, like they're like, okay, hold on. Carmelita is
Okay,
amazing.
I see my picture up here.
Okay, so I just wrote Carmelita is amazing, right?
Oh, I see that.
So then give me a heart emoji on that. Go to that comment and to the right you'll see an emoji, a little smiley face. You click
Uh-huh.
hover over that and then you're going to give me some love. You're going to be like, "Thank you, Lisa, for saying that." So there we go. We did it. Good job. Okay. Now let's say we want to reply to that. Like sometimes say like someone will say, "How do I get your book?" Right? Maybe someone messages, "How do I, the speaker, like, how do I get your book?" Well, if I'm the speaker, I want to see that message and I'll reply to it and I'll be like, so actually I'll just go to this is what I would do. I'd be like, boom, let me get that link and send it right now. So I would go to I hit reply, which is that little thought bubble, and I'm like, here's the link. And I would put the link in there.
Now, how do you put the link in?
That's copy and paste. I just found the link on Google, and then I put the link in there.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that in a second. So, Carmelita, you're like advanced, like you thought you were the beginning student, but now you're asking the advanced questions. So, okay. So that reply option is good because like say you might be busy and you missed a message. You don't want to it's better to reply back to that original message that someone gave you. Or you might want to reply it doesn't mean that they're asking for business necessarily, but maybe someone says, Carmelita's amazing, and then you're like, I've worked with her too. Her nonprofit's incredible, and so you would reply under that message to a little bit more that chat etiquette. Okay. I want you guys to all practice replying to one of the messages.
Okay.
Pick
Okay,
one and reply.
so reply. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, I
Boy.
see.
Debbie, you got it? Find a
Yeah,
message in the chat. Oh, there we go. Susie did it. Good job. Yes, Carmelita.
I'm trying to send a emoji to Dr. Benjamin.
Okay.
And then underneath it says collapse all. What is that for?
I don't know. There we go.
takes it down, right?
Yeah, I just tried clicking on it. What did it do?
It says it collapsed all.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. What does that mean?
When you hit collapse all, what happens?
I'm not. I don't want to hit it. I don't want to collapse anything.
You're not gonna break it. You're not gonna break it. Don't worry. Okay, so let's see. Good job. Okay, let me look see who. Okay, good job.
I just sent Dr. Angeline. Can you hear me? I just sent you some love.
Yes,
What's collapse
yes,
all?
I got
Everyone's
it.
doing good now. Okay, so we've
Yeah.
got, let's see, who replied?
Oh,
Okay,
I think I replied
Angeline.
to Susie.
That's
Did I?
okay. That's okay. We're just
But
practicing.
I
So
think I read
Angeline replied, Susie replied, Debbie replied,
Oh, I did. Okay.
Susie's got it. Oh, look at this. Angeline's confident now. She's got it. I love it. I love it. Okay.
Angeline's full of confidence.
I
Yeah,
know,
but
She's just a
right?
bundle of
but we
confidence.
don't
Action
know
coach.
about collapse all.
Well, yeah, I think that's
Don't worry
just
about it.
collapse all makes basically like you're shortening the messages so that you don't have to like see every single thing. You can
Oh,
like you're
okay.
collapsing.
okay,
It's not
like
going to break Zoom.
summarizing it. Oh,
Yeah, it's going to be fine. Okay, so now let's do an advanced chat technique. Okay. First, let me share with you. Okay, if we scroll back up to 1054 and I put the link to my book in there, right? Notice that it has https:// right? And it's blue, right? It's
yeah,
that blue.
right,
And
right.
when you click on it, you can, like, if you hover over that chat, you could click on it. Go ahead and click on it, and it'll take you
Yeah.
right to the book. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Ooh.
this is a big mistake I see people make. And this, for business, we don't want to do this mistake. You do not want to put www. This is my website right here. Okay. So I'm just going to put, this is a no. Oh, it did it. That's funny. It did it. Oh, it must be changing. Okay, cool. Yay, I just learned something. How cool is that? Okay, so back in the day, we would write www dot whatever, right?
Right.
For a long time, Zoom wasn't recognizing that. So then we had to do the HTTP colon.
Uh-huh.
But I just did it and it worked. So hey, they must have updated it. How cool is that?
Huh.
But what you want to do is make sure that if you ever put a link in there, that it's clickable.
Yeah.
So this next chat I just put in, you can see it's got underlined, it highlighted it blue. That means it's clickable. So I want everyone right now to put your website in the chat, and I want it to be clickable.
I hope mine's up.
I hope so too.
Let's see if it's clickable.
It could be your LinkedIn page or, but I mean, your website, you probably want to have that. Oh, we lost Grace. Oh yeah, she said she had to leave at 11. So you want to make sure it's clickable. We're practicing. No, Angeline, not clickable.
No.
Sorry, nope.
Yeah, I forgot to put the thing.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes, Carmelita.
I just typed, excuse me. I just typed in my website address. Do you see it?
No, you have to hit return.
What?
Did you hit return?
Return? Well, maybe I need to push it enter.
There we go. Yeah, enter. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Can you
got it.
can you click it on
Um,
to see if it works?
No, so this is where we're learning today. You could see the difference when you go on there.
oh,
You can tell if it's clickable, right? Because it didn't turn blue.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
okay, so
Okay,
Debbie
Debbie,
left
you're
out first week,
Debbie, you're clickable.
and so is
and I'm dying to click on it, but I really need to stay here with you guys.
yeah. Stay
But
Okay.
here.
I'm
Stay
gonna.
here.
Hey,
Okay,
Debbie, I clicked on it and it
good job.
went.
Okay, I want to give good job to Susie and Debbie. Amazing. Let's see, we're still
Oh, how
working.
come mine doesn't, it's not clickable? I
Angeline's
tried
still trying to
different
do hers.
things.
Okay, so try, let me see. I'm going to try something with yours, Angeline. Hold on. Oh, it did it with mine. Okay, so here's a trick. So Angeline, when you type it again to the www.angelinebenjamin.com, but hit the space right after you type it before you hit enter into the chat.
Oh, okay.
Did it turn
No,
blue?
that's what.
Debbie, you got it. Susie,
Yeah,
you got
but
it.
mm,
Don't worry. Hold on. We'll come
okay.
back to you.
No,
Yes. Yeah, I have to hit the space
Oh,
before.
it didn't do it though.
Yeah.
It's still not live in yours. Okay. For some
Yeah.
reason, it's not
Thank
live when
you.
you do it.
I
Thank
don't
you
know
for
what
the
I'm doing.
Okay. Okay. So I have a solution for all this, for all the problems here. Okay. Well, for this thing, I don't have the solution to all the problems in the world, but I can fix this one. Okay. So yeah, for some reason, Angeline is not doing it. So here's
No,
the
mine
best.
it does it now.
It did
It
it.
turned
I will
blue.
do it in the chat because it didn't work. It didn't
Oh,
work.
I saw it.
I know, but it's not clickable in the chat. Look at it.
Oh, yeah, but it's blue. Oh, okay.
Mine is, but yours isn't. So that's why I want to
Yeah,
make sure
it's not
you,
underlined.
yeah, I want to
You
make
know
sure
what?
that yours
I
is.
think there's spaces that there's too many spaces in there.
No, it's fine. Because when I,
Oh, you know what? I forgot to put forward slash. That's it.
okay,
But
here's
it
an
doesn't
easy
say
way. It's okay.
HTTPS.
It's okay. Here's an easy solution. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you how to do this. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, so this is the one that I had come up with because I said, "Oh, what's your book?" Right? So if you have a link to where you offer your book or services or whatever, you would look up that website, right? Now, instead of having to type it all in, because then we're going to make more mistakes, because that's what's going to happen. We
That's what
want to
I
just,
usually do.
yeah. So what we want to do is we want to highlight this whole thing in the search bar, highlight it, copy it, and then just paste it in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
Well, how did you get it on that page? You had to Google it.
Yeah, I mean, I already had it open because
Oh,
I
okay.
well,
It's
I
a
mean,
secret knowledge.
yeah, well, no, I didn't have the book thing open. I did that while we were here right now
Oh,
because I know where it is on my website. So, but you probably are going
oh.
to have your website up or like honestly, I look up my website so often. Well, it's going to take to my Zoom room, but like all I have to put in is the letter G and it's going to come up.
Oh, you have a shortcut?
It's just because I'm on there all the time, so it knows.
Oh, oh.
It knows. But so now look up here you guys can see in the search bar, it just says getspeakinggigsnow.com, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look at that. Watch this. When I click it, watch what's going to happen. So I'm going to click it to copy and paste it. I'm going to click in there and I click again, and all of a sudden it does the HTTPS dash colon colon, whatever, colon.
Blah blah.
Okay. So it'll change as you click it. And then I just copy it into the chat. Oh, Angeline, for some reason it is just not liking you. Okay. I'm
See,
gonna make it
Lisa,
work.
I usually don't type it. I just what you did. I
Well,
copy.
try doing that. Do that. Do
Yes,
the way you
I will
usually
do
do it.
that.
That's fine.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do now.
Okay.
Yeah, because sometimes it's a little thing like a dot or a dash or something.
Yeah, and we don't want you to if you want someone to get your freebie thing, or your sign up for a call, or buy your book, or go to your event, or whatever, you want to make sure the link is correct. You don't want to accidentally have a typo or whatever. So it's best if you just copy and paste it. That way you're less room for error.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna
And
have okay. We're gonna have a big party when Angeline's link goes into the chat and it's clickable. We're gonna have like a big party here.
Hold on.
Okay. Let us know. So this is something you want to have always ready to go. And I'm going to show you a shortcut to do this, so that you don't have to like search for stuff. Because if you're on a lot of Zoom meetings, you want to be able to empower yourself to get business, right? You don't want to be like hunting people down and that kind of thing. But if someone says, wait, I need what you're talking about, you want to make it really easy for them to click and find the thing that you want, right?
Okay, now
Yes.
Lisa, maybe you're going to hit this, but can you show me how to put my website and email on the desktop? Is that a thing? Is
I'm going
that
to show you.
possible?
I'll show you something else. But first,
Okay,
let's have a
okay.
little party for Angeline because she got it. So we're going to go to our reaction button. And
Okay,
this is what
chat.
Carmelita was doing before. So down at the
Oh,
bottom,
Oh, she did it.
she did it.
Yeah, so
Down at the
usually this is what I do. Like Lisa said, that before the meeting, I usually open my website, I open my LinkedIn, I
Good
open
job.
my
Good job.
Facebook,
Excellent. Great,
and
great.
then when I want to
Oh,
put in the
that's how
chat,
she
all I
does
do
it.
is just copy it.
Okay, you get a bunch of gold stars, Angeline. You get all
Oh,
the gold
thank
stars.
you. So
Okay,
when I have to type, then all of a sudden I did not do it right.
that's okay. So I'm going to hit reply and I'm going to be like, way to go. Okay. All right. So, which brings us to, we're going to take a quick detour to the reactions. And then we're going to go back to what Susie was talking about. Of like, how do we put this in? Like, how do we make this like something we
Easy.
can use all the time? So if we go to React, the little heart down at the
React.
bottom menu, you'll see a heart. Click on the
Yes.
heart, and
Oh
then
yeah, I love
what?
I
you
use
have
that a lot.
yeah,
I
you use
love
that
it.
one a
I
lot.
love it.
There's two choices now.
Act.
You can
The
send,
heart.
you can just do a quick like reaction, like where under the bottom section, I'm gonna hit a heart. That's just a quick reaction. But if you want to send with effect, it's the top little emojis. And then here's an advance of both of those.
Whoa,
Now hit the heart again.
whoa.
If you go to the right, these three dots, I tell you, there are three dots are your like
Gold.
magic wand for everything. So if you click under the reactions, you're like, well, I don't like any of
Oh,
those emojis. I want to do an alien. Well, then you can find a little alien. Um, or on the effects, you click on the three dots and you're like, oh, let me see. Like, let's see. Let's do an American. Let's see if it does. No, let's see. Flag. Okay. So let's say it's 4th of July and you want to be patriotic. You could be like little 4th of July, the flag. You could do that.
Oh,
So,
I don't see how you got him, Lisa.
okay. So if you click on the React button
Yeah.
and see up at the top menu, it says send with effect, the three dots on the right.
I'm
I don't
starting
see
to.
the words that say send with effects. I just
Yeah, I
see
don't either.
the hand, the thumbs up, crying,
So you just see
heart.
do you just see reactions or do you see,
Well, there's no words. There's all those emojis. Then there's check
okay,
mark, X,
hold
and
on,
then
hold
raise
on.
hand.
Hold on. Do
Okay.
you have two rows of emojis or just one row of emojis?
One.
Okay, this is where you need to update your Zoom.
Oh.
Again, we go
So
back to that. It's
yeah,
Ooh,
because
not working.
I
You got
I
saw
to update your
two.
Zoom.
Yeah,
see.
I saw two on mine, so it's mean I'm updated.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Oh.
I
Yes.
got it.
Okay. So yeah, so these are some of when you're on, here's another tip. If you're on a Zoom meeting and someone does some crazy thing and you're like, I didn't know Zoom could do that, it probably means they just updated and there's new features.
Oh.
So then you go, let me update my thing tonight and I'll just open the
Uh.
update. I probably have an
But
install.
now you got me scared because you have to talk to Google and you have to, you said it's
Oh,
very
it's not
complicated.
scary. No,
Yeah,
it's
but you
not.
said it's real complicated.
No, it's complicated if you don't ask Google because Zoom
Oh.
doesn't make it easy to find it. So I
Oh.
just Google it and then I go, oh, oh yeah, that's where it is. Okay, and then
Oh,
I follow
okay.
their directions. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's in the Zoom app on your phone or on your computer, which I know we don't usually we think of apps on our phone, but we do have apps on our computer. So it's and if you're on this call, you probably have a Zoom app on your computer. You just maybe don't know
Okay.
that you do. Um and so it's on like on the profile picture on the Zoom app on your computer is where a lot of this stuff is. So it's kind of
Okay.
weird because you wouldn't think to click on your profile picture. You're usually like,
Right.
where's the menu? And it's
Yeah.
a little weird thing. Okay.
Okay.
So now we know how to do the reactions. We know how to do the emoji things. I want to show you a tip that I use all the time. I use this all the time. So I'm going to show you this. It's a Zoom chat information. It's just follow-up email, but it's what I use for Zoom. Now, my document is now 41 pages. Hopefully yours isn't going to be that long. But I just started with one page and it was like little, like these are little like vignettes, if you will, of tiny things
Mm.
that show the links that I want to use. And so
Oh, okay.
and then I just kind of like maybe do a divide, like, and they're different things for different reasons. Some
Mm.
meetings you'll go to and they say share only this thing, and
Okay.
some want something longer. And so I can just plug and play depending on what event I'm at, I can just change them. But what we want to do is have these are the important, well, I use LinkedIn a lot. So
Me too.
LinkedIn is an important one. So you would want to have that unless you're not on LinkedIn. Your opt-in, if you have an opt-in, like a free gift or something for your business, you would want to have that. And you also want to have like who you are, what you do in a short, concise, like, oh, that's what she does. That's what we want. We just like, oh yeah, I need to talk to her. Oh, cool. Now I'll think of that when I run into people who, want to use public speaking.
Mhm.
So
Okay,
what
now where's this page, Lisa?
it's my own document, Susie. So you're gonna make
Yeah,
your
she
own.
created in the Google Drive.
Now you can make it if you don't use Google, you can make it in a Word document. That's fine.
Yeah, in the
It
Word
doesn't
document.
matter. Same
Mhm.
thing. Okay, but I'm going to show you, I'm going to put them in the chat here. I'm going to show you how it looks. Uh, okay, hold on. Let me fix it real quick. Okay, so because I have it bold in the Google Doc, it'll bold here. And it'll put the little emojis already in there. So I've got like a star, a link, a key, and the tips. It's interesting it's showing this preview. That must be a new
Well,
thing. Zoom's always changing. Whoa. Oh, cool. So then that's interesting. See, I'm learning too. For some reason it does this like, are you guys seeing that preview window in the chat where it says like
Mm.
5 top tips to get more speaking gigs now? That's new. It wasn't like that before.
no.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it's okay. Again, might be an up.
Wait, I didn't go down. Now I probably did.
Well, I'm noticing on the
Yeah.
chat that I just put in, I see a little, if you look at my chat on
Okay.
1112, so see where it's
Hmm.
get 5 top tips to get speaking gigs, and then at the end, there's this little tiny triangle arrow at the end of it.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Clicked
see
on
that.
that, and then that opened up this other thing. That's new. I've never seen that before, so different. Yes, Carmelita. Oh, sorry, you're just scratching
I'm
your.
just watching that.
Like an auction. It's
Yeah,
like an auction. You got to be careful.
you know what? I got to be careful because, like, if you go to an auction,
That's
and
right.
you raise
You're
your
gonna buy
hand,
something without even knowing
you
you
might
bought it.
buy something you hadn't planned to buy.
There you go. Okay, so open up whether it's a Google Doc or a Word doc, it doesn't matter. I want you to take a moment right now, put your name, your main title, if you will, which might be similar to what you change your name to, and one sentence about what you do or what you offer. You probably already have this somewhere else, so it shouldn't be whatever your tagline is or something short. Right.
Okay, I don't know how to find a Google Doc
That's
or
okay.
something like that.
Do you use Word, Susie?
Yeah.
Then just
Yeah,
open
but
up
you
a
know what?
Word.
Word isn't really very accessible on the laptop. I do have Google Docs, but
Whoa,
I don't know
whoa,
how to
whoa,
get it on the
wait,
screen.
stop. Word, you don't have Word on your laptop?
Well, might be.
Okay.
I
What do
don't
you
know.
use on your laptop? Do you ever create documents on your laptop?
Yeah, and I do have Google Drive, but I don't know how to find anything when I'm on the Zoom screen.
Okay. So here's where you minimize it. You minimize your screen and then you go to your desktop.
View, gallery,
Yes, Carmelita.
Do you
view,
see the message that I just sent
I did.
everybody?
Good job.
gallery.
Yes. Okay.
Uh,
So, okay.
I
exit.
mean,
All I can do is
did it
exit
show
full
up?
screen. Oh,
Can you all see
exit
it?
full screen.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Oh,
Susie, you're talking out loud. Do you need Susie, while you're figuring that out, I'm going to work with Carmelita unless, do you have a question right now?
mm-mm.
Yeah, I just typed in a description, a brief description of
Mm-hmm.
my organization
Okay.
where it said message, but I'm wondering if everybody can see it.
Yes, we can see it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change yours a little bit. So, okay. Are you the, are you the executor, the founder, the chairperson?
All the above.
Okay. So president, but I mean, what's your title that you go by?
I'm the
President?
founder
We're just going to say
and the
founder.
president.
Founder. Okay. Rose Breast Cancer Society. Okay. And then we're going to
Now,
do,
excuse me, by the way, when I was trying to, go off screen to find what I was looking for, I just happened to receive an email from my hosting, and they're located back east. They had a big storm and all kinds of things. He was giving me an update. He's the guy who hosts my website. But
okay.
when I was trying to click on to see if my website was clickable, it never came on. It took forever. So I don't know if it's working or not, if
Okay.
it's clickable. Can somebody check to see if they click it on, if it will open up for them?
I'm working on your other thing right now, but we can do that in a minute. Do you want to put it in the chat again, your website?
Yeah, I'll put it in again because it did change from www into the
Okay.
HTTPS. It
Yeah, just put it in
automatically did
again.
that.
Find it in the chat, copy it, and then paste it. That will be your homework. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna providing education for the prevention and intervention of cancer via the arts. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, let's see, Rose. Okay, so Carmelita, here's what I'm doing for your, this is what I would do. Something more like this in the chat. So what I did is I bolded your name. I put a little rose emoji and then shortened up the other sentence below. Do you see that in the chat?
I see. I see. Okay, what you wrote. Isn't that the same thing that I just wrote?
Does it look like the same thing? It looks different, right?
A little bit, and you gave me a rose
I
too.
did. Yeah. So this is where we want to understand chat's visual, right? So we want to bold certain things, maybe use emojis to break up the sentence, make it a little bit more visually appealing and shorten it a little bit. So instead of provides education for the prevention and intervention of cancer via the arts, we did providing education for the prevention, and then I did an ampersand. Our mind can read an ampersand easier than the word and. It just we're doing everything we can to make it short, sweet, to the point, right? And then we want to also capitalize cancer, capitalize via, capitalize the arts so that it all is consistent visually. So even though it doesn't look like I changed a lot, I actually changed a lot. So that's where what we want to do, want to just like make it concise so that people go, oh, that's what she does. I get it now. Oh, wow. I want to hear more about that. Right. And then we would ideally put that website underneath
Mm.
as well. So we're just getting it started. We're building blocks. Okay. So if you have a Carmelita, do you use Word as well?
Do I use Word?
Uh-huh. Or Google Docs? Which one do you use?
You know, you're talking Greek to me right
Okay.
now.
Okay. What do you use to create documents? Do you have any like when you write something out, do you
I just use an email.
okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So you might just email yourself and save that email. And what I mean is like email your the thing that I wrote in the chat, you're just like email yourself that with your website underneath so that you have something similar to the thing that I showed everyone, like the so it's like it doesn't matter where you put it, as long as you can find it,
Well,
it's all
I can copy and paste it.
yeah. So what we're going for is something like this where you have a place that's accessible to you, where you've got your name bolded the way you want, you've got the emojis the way you want, you're describing your business, you've got what other website, whatever it is that you want to use. For me, I usually use like an opt-in, and then my LinkedIn is usually what I use, but it just depends on your preference. Okay. Um, And you can put emojis in a Word doc as well. You just there's a spot where it says like insert and you can put emojis in there. Okay, but I'm going to stop for a moment. How are we doing with creating our sentence with a link?
Well, I created it in a Google Doc, then
Great.
I put copy and paste. But then when I got to the Zoom part, I mean, the chat, it says this is too long, even though it was only
Oh,
three little sentences.
hmm. Well, are they really long
So,
sentences?
no, it just
Try
has
doing
my,
one.
Uh,
Try doing the first
if
sentence.
I can get back.
Practice it.
And then it also says you cannot minimize Zoom when you're recording this meeting, so I have a
Ah,
hard time. I'm
that's true.
stuck.
You can't. Yes, that's okay. That's okay. Debbie, how you doing?
I'm struggling. I'm looking for stuff. Let's put it this way: as somebody who is a past paralegal and knew exactly how to categorize everything, I suck now. It's like that part of my brain just went
Okay. It's all right. Just
kablooey,
big deep breath.
and
So,
finding stuff is
do you already have a
is
document
becoming
that has this information, or you're trying to create a new document?
no. I should have something already,
Okay.
and it's just a matter of uh finding it. That's my problem.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, Susie, you know you're sharing your screen, right?
That's okay. It's too hard to.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just
It's
just
not any
letting you.
private info.
That's okay. I'm just making sure you knew.
Yeah. I finally got the Google Doc and I'm trying to cut and
Okay,
paste
hold
and
on.
put it
Here's what we're
somewhere.
gonna do. Susie,
Okay.
I'm gonna try something. Watch everybody. Here's what we're gonna do.
Wait.
I'm going to see if I can, let me see if I can do this here. I'm going to request, oh, can I do it right now? There's a thing where I can usually request to take over your
Mind.
keyboard. Okay. Okay, Susie, take your hand off your mouse for a second. Okay, I'm gonna request to control Susie's keyboard. All right. So I'm hitting request. Can you allow me to do that?
Proof.
Okay, check this out, guys. Okay, so I'm now typing on Susie's computer.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you took that on and
Okay, so we're gonna do insert an emoji. Oops, no, we don't want an image. No, insert emoji. Patch. Let's see if it'll do. No, healing. Let's do healing.
art is good.
Yeah, where was that? This one. We want this one, right? Okay.
Hmm.
So, and then we can just do a little copy. We're gonna paste it here. Um, okay, here. We're gonna take this and we're gonna put it down here. Okay, and then we're gonna go like Susie. Don't click on your mouse, Susie.
Yeah.
Busted. Okay. You may not need to put author, speaker, and entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Because like, kind of maybe already
Okay,
know
too
that
much. Okay.
potentially.
Blah,
Uh,
blah, blah.
yeah. What's the name of your company? Or do you? I know it's
LifeWave.
LifeWave,
Yeah,
but like,
LifeWave.
is that your?
No, it's
Um,
not mine. No.
no, I know that, but like, that's what you usually lead with?
Yes, yes.
LifeWave.
Oh, wait.
Okay, so we're gonna do this. Hold. And then we're going to capitalize each of these.
Oh,
Oops. Free.
and the pictures of the gallery are covering part of what you're doing, so I can't see it all.
Okay. Well, that's okay. So then I'm just going to copy and paste it. I'm going to put it into the chat. Oh, whoops. It didn't like that. Oh, it doesn't let me copy from yours. That'd be cool if it did. Copy. Let me see if it does it. No, it doesn't do it. Okay. So now I'm going to give Susie back the permission. Okay. So now Susie, copy and paste that from the Google Doc into the chat.
Okay, but the pictures are, oh, here it is. Okay,
Wait, what
so
just happened? No, 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 no.
oh, I tried
Wait.
to highlight it.
What?
Go back to go to the
Oh,
other
that's
document.
emoji
the
is gone.
original. Okay,
Go to
I
my
don't see.
website document, the other document.
Yeah, the emoji is gone.
No, it's okay. I know what she did. Susie,
You know
listen.
what? That's my original words. It doesn't have your words, Lisa.
Susie, listen to me.
Okay.
Go up to the where it says my website, the other document to the left, up, 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 up,
Ah,
up, up,
yeah,
up. There we
yeah,
go.
that
Click on that.
one.
Click on it.
There
There
you
we
go.
go. Now copy and paste that. I think it's already, yep, there we go. Copy and then put it in the chat.
Ah,
She's going to find the chat.
oh, yeah, got in there.
You might want to hit stop share just so that you can
Stop
free
share.
up your screen a little bit.
Oh, she got it there, right?
Yeah, it's there.
Nice job.
Oh,
I
Lisa,
don't see it
help.
in the chat yet though, so.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah,
I
I see
see
it in the
it.
chat. Yes. Yeah.
Oh wow, I don't see it. Okay.
Hey, Lisa, do
Oh,
your
because
update
you
button.
responded to somebody. Beautiful. Okay. So
Oh, you know what? You sent it to me because I get it. I think you only sent
she
it.
replied to a message.
But
I see it now.
oh, but
Okay,
I got it. I got it. It's under my little picture.
good job. So Susie, stop your share.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stop your
stop the
share.
share.
There we go.
Okay, I have to get out of there.
Or you could just hit Alt S.
Alt X.
Alt
Oh,
S.
S. Okay, Alt
Alt.
S. And then you have to put enter.
Maybe it didn't work. So go ahead and just stop your share. You're fine. You might not have that keyboard selected.
Oh, stop the sharing. Stop the sharing.
There we go. Okay, beautiful. Now, Susie, copy that one more time in the chat as a new chat. Instead of replying to someone, I want you to practice copying it into the main chat.
Copy it. But that one says
Or paste
Debbie's.
it. That's
Yeah,
okay.
so I want about group meeting
You wanted
chat.
the meeting group chat.
Paste.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh my
Beautiful.
God.
Hey, look at you did it. You did it. Good job.
Thanks to you, but
There we
I'll have
go.
to
So
practice that.
yeah, and so this is homework for later, right?
Yeah,
But you could do
right.
this really easily. It's not rocket science. We're just gonna like, okay, now we're gonna put maybe a little emoji next to each thing. A short, like whatever you want them. If you want them to connect on LinkedIn, put that link in. If you want them to get your free thing or schedule an appointment, whatever your ask is, that would be okay to put into a networking meeting, like then that's what you would want to have. And you're going to eventually have a bunch of different ones, but just make them like one line, like super short. I don't know how many times I've gone to a meeting and someone puts like a billion paragraphs in the chat. I'm not going to read that. And the chat's just going and it's getting clogged and flooded.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
your message gets lost. So you want to just be able to boop, like just have that ready. I call my document Zoom meeting, okay? Because then that way I know whatever I'm at, if I'm at GSFE, if I'm at my own meetings, if I'm at some new meeting that I'm speaking at, I click that thing up. Before I speak, I have all my offers and my links ready to go. Copy paste, boom, boom, boom. That's it. Done. And then you're not like, where
Where
is
is it?
it? I
Where is
can't
it?
find it, right? We want
Yeah,
to know
right.
where this is costing you money if you're not doing this, okay? Like literally, even for fundraising, like for nonprofits, like how do people give you money? How do you how do you keep the doors open? You want to like give people that access and make it easy for them to buy something from you, donate, or take action in some way. It doesn't mean you're selling people. I don't mean it that way, but we want to make it easy for you to do business.
Okay.
Okay.
Ay.
Debbie, you good? I know you're trying.
Well, I'm having my own little personal computer issues.
Okay.
For some reason, when I'm going into Microsoft, they're asking for
Passwords and stuff.
username,
Okay.
password. I ain't got.
No one has time for
So
that. Okay. So you can even do something similar like this again. It's where I'm not married to the software that you use or whatever. Like Carmelita's like, I can email. So it's like email yourself and save it in a folder that you can find. That it can be, this can be super simple. It doesn't have to be like rocket engineering, science, or anything like that. Okay. But you can do that later. All right. So now let's talk a little bit about um what time we have. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing
7:30.
students, by the way. So here's a few things I want to share regarding Zoom presence and being able to really like up your game, right?
Mhm.
So there's visually, right? People can see into your world. They can see they're looking at you. So I guess if I was going to say the umbrella of what I see missing out there is awareness and mindfulness. So we want to really like up the ante on our awareness and mindfulness um as we go into these meetings. So as long as you can be wearing sweats. I'm wearing sweats and flip-flops right now. But what you do want to do is look, professional, at least at the part that people are going to see. And again, this depends on your branding. Like Debbie, you do self-defense class, a lot of physical movement. So it doesn't mean you have to have a three-piece suit, but like what would look professional, right? So I'm just, we adjust to whatever our role is in our positions. A couple of things to keep in mind. I recommend wearing solid colors if you're on Zoom, especially if you're presenting. Now, if you're a guest somewhere, it's okay to wear patterns. It's not against the law. But if you're going to be recording or presenting or something like that, solid is preferred. Same as if you're getting your photos done, you want solid colors, unless that's like your branding is like polka dot or whatever, fine. But usually I recommend dressing in your branding colors
Okay.
when you're professionally present. So I have in my brand, I've got gold, blue, white, black, and then I'm always got red lipstick on, and red can kind of be a neutral. So you're pretty, I don't know if you're ever going to see me in any color that's not those colors on Zoom. Now, my personal life, I might wear pink something or teal or I don't know what, like leopard print or something like that. But it's very rare that on Zoom you're going to see me with that. It's up to you, but I'm just saying like that's going to elevate your presence when you're out. Even my glasses, like today I was like, "Oh, I'm going to wear my gold glasses." And you think about your jewelry. You don't want anything too noisy or clunky, which no one has that on here today, but I have heard that where people've got jangly bracelets and I'm like that's can be very distracting for certain people with sensitive
Auditory.
hearing
Yeah.
and audio can be very distracting. I was on a podcast and I was listening to a podcast because I was going to be a guest on it, and I kept hearing this jingle jangle, and I'm like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's her bracelet." So she's like recording this professional podcast, and you're just like jingle jangle jingle 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 jingle. You don't want that. Um, Jewelry, up to you. This is, personal decision, but you might decide to, you just don't want to, I find it, my rule of thumb is like, I don't want to distract from my message, but I also appreciate my own style and personality. So sometimes I might wear like a real chunky necklace or real chunky earrings or something like that. But sometimes, like with this, the sweater's kind of already, the neckline's already a little
Yeah.
decorative. So then I'll do a
Mhm.
smaller necklace,
Mhm.
um, that kind of thing. So these aren't, again, no one's going to give you a fashion police ticket, but you want to show up at your best, right?
Mhm.
Um, Another thing to consider if you're ever speaking is to speak for the, or to dress kind of in alignment with the audience. Like today, like I mentioned earlier, I don't know if the recording was on or not, but I happen to be in my GSFE blue, but it also is my branding. So it kind of works out. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, cool.
Ah,
Definitely wear blue today because I'm speaking for a GSFE audience. And also that is my brand colors. Okay. But I could have worn black or, um, you know, I, but I specifically wanted to wear blue today for GSFE.
Mhm.
All right. So those are things to consider. Doesn't mean that's mandatory, but you want to have that into consideration. Um, I mean, yeah, the thing I get the most comments on for years now is my red lipstick. I'm
yes.
comfortable wearing red lipstick. It works with me and works with my
Yeah,
style and
it
stuff.
is your brand.
It,
Your
it's
brand. You
it really
always,
is
yes.
like I am like totally known for wearing red lipstick now. Okay. So you might find that there's something about you that people go, "Oh, you always have your, this
Blah blah
thing,"
blah.
or
Yeah.
you have, and we want to make it authentic. But if it's on brand, then that really is helpful. If
Mhm.
you, okay, so that's just sort of like our personal look, right? Um, Now, I'll stop for a second because I sort of said a lot. Are we good? Is everyone
Mhm.
okay? Okay. So then we move into like the rest of everything. Like there's us, and then there's the environment that we're in, the background that we're in, right?
Mhm.
And depending on how much you're on Zoom, there's a couple things that I recommend you have. And I will put, I'll put a PDF in here in the chat, with some things that I recommend. But the key things are your camera, your
Mhm.
microphone, and your lighting. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, just as a FYI, with your camera on your laptop or your computer is probably not a very high quality camera if that's the camera that you're using. So you get what's called a webcam. I have a link for that if you want. I mean, they're like $100 ish. Sometimes they're on sale for like 60. This is if you're going to be on Zoom all the time or you're going to be presenting on Zoom, that's going to be one of those things you want to get for Christmas or Mother's Day or your birthday or just a present for yourself because you want
Mhm.
it. It doesn't have to have a holiday around it. But the webcam will really make a crisper
Mhm.
image. All right. And I can tell instantly when someone doesn't have that. It's okay, but I just like that's usually one of the first things I would say to recommend. The second thing is your microphone. Again, same kind of price point. You can get a really good mic, and I'll put my tech guide in here for you guys. So if you want to update your mic, but the mic on your computer or laptop is not high quality. That's not what they're. That's not what it's meant to do. I mean, it's meant to do a little bit. It's to do an okay job, but it's not going to do a great job. You want a microphone that has noise cancellation.
Hmm.
All right. So like honestly, if like a dump truck came through here, you all would not hear it.
Wow.
You're only going to hear kind of like what's right here. So if my dog barks, you're not going to hear it. If the Amazon gets here, you're not going to hear that. Not going to hear any of that. The mistake I hear people do is like they'll use their AirPods, right? I don't see anyone in here with AirPods, but sometimes the mic isn't as strong. And when we have both of our ears, like where we can only hear what's going on in the meeting, we might not hear the Amazon truck, but our audience might hear the Amazon truck. Okay. So
Wow.
I'm not saying that AirPods don't have noise cancellation. It just sort of depends. But when we get into like cheaper headphones, AirPods are not cheap. I'm not saying that, but you just want to like test all that stuff. Okay. The other thing with AirPods, I find it comes with some tech issues because Zoom and AirPods don't always work. Like, you know, turn them off, turn them on. If it might link up to something, and then it's your car, and so it can be. You just have to be aware of all those things. It's not that you can't use them, but just know what your tech and your equipment is, and know the downfalls and the, you know, the ups and the downs of each of those things, so you can make a good decision. Okay. I'm not in the business of selling microphones or webcams, so I'm not making anything off that. Go ahead, Carmelita.
I've been having an issue for some time with the speaker.
Okay.
And fortunately, it looks like it's working today, because sometimes I go on a Zoom meeting like today. I mean, you know, on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
I belong to a broadcast has a sessions to teach, and all I can do is see them, but I can't hear a word, nothing. Now,
Okay.
fortunately, today
It
I'm
worked.
able to hear something, but the speaker is still not, you know, like I'd like to really hear it
Yeah.
louder. But
You might need a new.
I just wanted to finish what I was going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My videographer told me that I could go to CVS. He showed me on the side the little outlets where you insert the
Yep. Or you
prong
can
or
plug
whatever,
in a.
that's a headphone,
Yep.
but it's so tiny. I was wondering if you know anything about that. I'm going to be going to CVS to ask them if they have something like that.
Is he talking about a portable speaker, like an external speaker? Is that what
He said if I get a headphone that I can plug into the side here,
Mm-hmm.
that should help me hear.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do like do I have my headphones here? I don't have them right here, but yeah, you could do headphones and plug them into the computer. Usually that's doable. You just might not have you would probably be able to hear better, but it might not have noise cancellation. Do you ever order anything on Amazon, Carmelita?
Not
No.
really. I mean, I always have my friends do that for me. I've
Okay.
tried Amazon. I've had so much,
That's okay.
so much. I mean, they have even had me paying, trying to pay for somebody else's orders.
Okay.
I've
So
had so many issues with Amazon. I
no
always
problem.
have somebody else do that for me.
Okay, so potentially you might have someone else do that for you, where you go like, can I get a microphone ordered or a headset ordered that will fit with the thing? So you might want to play around with it a little bit. There's also in Zoom, there's down at the bottom menu, there's an audio button and a video button. Next to each of those is a little arrow up. You'll see that little carrot kind of arrow up. If you, let's go to, for example, audio, and we're going to click on that little arrow that goes up next to the little microphone. That will show you where your mic is getting picked up and the speaker. So it's possible that something's getting changed because you said you're on your husband's computer. Like maybe there's a, you know, potentially another user might be choosing a different speaker or a different sound source. So then you get on once a week and you're like, what's wrong? How come they can't hear me? It might be just a simple solution in there of your correct mic or speaker is not selected. Okay. So I know that's a little advanced, but that's
Well,
another potential solution.
I just hit the audio. I
Okay.
can see the speaker that looks like a microphone. Oh, it's jumping up. It's got little green things jumping up inside of it. What's
Okay.
that?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I
But
think that's so you can say it. You can record your own voice, right?
I'm not sure what she's looking at,
Uh,
but here's something that I will recommend highly. This is going to save a lot of your energy and time. Okay, so because I have a webcam and a mic, and then I have the computer webcam and I have the computer mic and all these things, what I do is when they're hooked up, the computer will label it something. Like when I click on mine, I've got one, two, three. I have three microphones that it's going to choose from. Now, I want to know which one is which. So I put a label on my microphone. I put a label on my webcam that's the same label that my computer calls it. Like, I don't know that it's a USB PNP audio device, but my computer knows what it's called. So then I just do the label, whatever the computer named it, and then I've got the label right here and I've got the label on my camera. And that way you're like, if it's not working, you're like, oh my gosh, wait, is it which speaker's working, which camera, which microphone? Then you have it right there and you know, oh, this is the one I want to select. Because when you're panicked, I don't know about you, but you could start sweating and you're like getting nervous and everyone's waiting for you and you're like, I don't know which one. So that's going to calm all that. All right. So do it when you're in a nice, calm space. No one's waiting for you. Like,
Yeah, and
you
and
can do it.
I do.
Yeah,
It's like you said, Lisa. I practice with somebody that would help me doing
exactly.
one-on-one Zoom,
Yes, yes. And you
and
can
then
just
they'll give you
test it
feedback.
out and
Yeah, just like for
uh,
example, now I'm using the webcam, and
mhm.
my webcam has the speaker. So can you
Yes.
hear me?
Yes,
Well,
yes.
so that is my webcam speaker.
Yeah, that's the sound where the sound comes out. But
Yes.
what's your microphone? Is it a different microphone or is it through your webcam as
No,
well?
it's my microphone through my webcam.
Okay.
Sorry, my microphone. Sorry, I'm mistaken. My microphone is from my webcam,
Mhm.
and my speaker actually come from my
Your
screen
computer.
because I
Yeah.
have a big screen. So it
Okay.
has
Yeah. Nice
and I
microphone.
don't need to have a very loud sound
Yeah.
because it doesn't matter. But I think it's more important to me, in my opinion, is what people can hear me.
Yeah. And it's both. Like it could be both. Like my
Yeah.
speaker on my computer is horrible. Like my husband's like if we're ever on a call together, he's like, I can't hear anything turned up. I'm like, it's on maximum volume. But on my webcam, I have a speaker that's louder and better. So
Uh-huh.
you could
Yes.
do you know what? I'm going to put it before I forget. I'm going to put that in the chat. I will put the PDF in there. Oh, by the way, why don't we talk about that? Do you know how to share documents in the chat? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to the meeting chat. If you go at the very bottom, you'll see one, two, three, like four different icons. There's a
Right.
format
Uh-huh.
one, an emoji, a file. I'm going to go to file and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to
Ah,
find
good.
something from my computer and I'm going to put it in here.
Yeah.
Here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Tech, tech, tech,
And
tech.
that's what
Okay.
I use to share my meeting. I just copy it from the flyer, my meeting. I can
Yeah.
practice on that. Let's see
Oh,
here.
good. So Debbie put her photo and her
Well,
logo.
yeah, I was that's not a photo I've used, but this was back when you were talking about your colors
Yeah,
and
so you're red and blue and white and black kind of. Is that
yes, and
okay?
but that photo hadn't been seen by anyone yet, but
Oh,
that's what I had in mind.
there you go. Okay.
And it took me, I don't know, 20 minutes to figure that out. Wasted time. I mean, I'm not wasted time, but I came
Okay.
here for your expertise, not for this.
Yeah, not to go down rabbit holes. Okay,
Yeah.
so if we go, let's do this. So I gave you the tech guide in there. I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to ask you to pay attention here to what I'm sharing. Okay, so this is just what I just sent you. So you don't have to print it out or anything like that. I mean, you can if you want to, but so this is usually one of my opt-ins, but I just wanted to give everyone this today where I'm going to scroll through this. These are the different things that are in here. Like you might need, some of these things. You might not need all these things, don't worry. But some of them, um, hold on, let me see. You can use a clicker. Like if you're ever presenting, you can actually use a clicker virtually. Like if I was going to do a PowerPoint, I could pop my clicker remote in and use it instead of using the keyboard. That's an option if
Oh,
you want. Yeah. Sometimes you don't have to do that. It's an option. Tripod. Okay, that's okay. Webcam. This is the actual webcam that I have. And you could
yes.
click on there and get the thing from Amazon. Again, it's not an affiliate or anything like that, but um, it's the one that I use. So people are always asking me, what do you use? This is the microphone that I use. Really high quality microphone for a low price. A lot of times people recommend Yetis. This is like very similar to a Yeti, but you're not paying Yeti prices. And it can clamp onto your desk. You can move it around and it's flexible. So, um, Headset. I don't like wearing headsets, but like Carmelita, this might be a good one for you if you want to have a friend order that for you.
Yeah,
Uh,
my headset messed up my hair.
I know I don't like wearing headsets either. So that's a personal preference. That's not my favorite thing. If you need lighting, like Susie, it's kind of dark where you are. Carmelita, yeah, you're gonna want different lighting. If you're gonna be on Zoom on a regular basis, there's some things that you could shift for lighting. These are little lights, so they're like can go right onto your desk. You do usually want two if you want like an even light source if possible. I don't use them very often, but it's good to have in case you need it. Ideally, it's nice to just have if you can, have just a permanent setup. Like this is my Zoom setup. Like I don't have to mess with it over and over again or take it down or whatever. If you have that capability, it's nice to have it set up. The reason I like this versus a ring light, I wear glasses and ring lights you can see in the glasses no matter what I do. It doesn't, it just, you end up with rings in your glasses, and I don't like that. So that's why I do the box lights. These are just adapters, different things for, okay. So yeah, we're good. That's what I just sent you. So I just wanted you guys to know where that stuff was. If you were thinking of getting anything or you needed any part of that, you have access to that. Okay.
What is the brand of your mic?
I don't know what the brand is. If you click on the thing in the PDF,
And then it will show if I click
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of this weird, it's just like a Fifine. It's a weird
Yeah,
brand.
because I bought a few years ago the mic. How about your webcam? If I click
It's
it,
in
will
there.
it show?
It's in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in
Will
there.
show.
It'll
Okay.
take you right to the Amazon link. I swear to God. And if
Yeah.
it's not like sometimes those things get outdated or they have an upgraded thing, then you just kind of look for something similar. But
Yeah.
Logitech is the webcam that I use. I think it was under
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah, that's what I thought you used Logitech. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still kicking. I bought this probably 10 years ago, and it's still like
Yeah.
the best investment you ever made if you're going to be on Zoom.
I got one. I don't know how to set it up. I hadn't been able to set it
Okay,
up. I
here's
did.
how you set it up. Let me show you. You plug it in. That's it.
To your computer.
Wait, that's the end.
Probably. Did you
Because
take it out of the box? Have you taken it out of the box?
yes, it's
Let me see
hang
it.
on, it's right here.
I know I had one client, she was waiting. She had bought her webcam and she's like, I need to get it set up. I'm like, well, have you taken it out of the box yet? She goes, no. I'm like, well, take it out of the box and plug it into the computer. She goes, oh my God, it worked. Like, yeah, that
Mine
worked.
is just one of these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So put it on top of your laptop. Do you have a laptop or a desktop? Put it on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
better than the laptop camera itself.
And plug it in.
And plug it
Excuse
into the
me,
computer, right?
Plug it into the computer. That's as hard as it's going to be right now. Yes, Carmelita.
excuse me, Debbie, what
Yes.
was that you just showed us?
It's a
It's a
webcam.
camera.
It's the
That
webcam.
that was a webcam, that little
Yep.
Yes.
bitty thing you
Yep.
just held
Mhm.
up?
Yep. They
Yeah.
just little
Yeah,
little
but
guy and it sticks right on the top of your laptop.
but it's not. It's
Okay,
not a different view here.
hold on a
Wait.
second. Hold on. Give it a minute.
Can you
Did you
show us
plug?
again?
Yeah, hold on, Carmelita, hold on.
Give me a
Debbie,
second.
did you plugged it in, right?
I did.
Okay. Did anything come up? Like, did it say, oh, you got any notifications? Okay, now what I'm going to have you do is you're going to go down to the bottom menu. You see where it says video of your Zoom menu.
Audio video, yes.
Okay, I want you to click on that little arrow up.
Got it. And then there's that thing. Let's see. Okay.
Hey ho, there we go. Bada bing, bada
No,
boom.
this is why I love to listen to you and get instructions. You treat me this like the child I am because that is my thing. I am.
Okay. So now you can see Debbie's going to have to adjust a little bit to the new
Yeah.
camera. And what we want to do, it's funny, it kind of made it look, it's like almost, I think actually looked better with the other camera, which was
I
interesting.
think so too.
But-
It kind of brightened me up. I don't know.
But so you might
tasty.
need to change. Okay, so now what we're going to do is you're going to go click that video and everyone can play along here. Click where it says video in the bottom menu.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, don't do that. You'll turn your video off. Click on the little arrow up and see where it says video settings.
I do, and
Okay.
voila.
So we're going to click that video settings And for Debbie, it might need where it says camera, there's a couple of options underneath. It says original ratio, HD. Do you see those options there?
I see under camera, it has the one that's there. Oh, yes, I do.
Okay,
I'm
try
sorry, I was
try
putting
unclicking a couple of those and see what changes. Try clicking off original ratio.
original okay.
Oh, there we
That,
go.
that's
Now we're
better.
back. We're back to normal. There we go. And then are
Yeah, my
you
normal is not everybody else's
I
normal.
know. Okay, hold on.
That's okay.
I want you to also do
I just hit HD.
okay, what
I don't
happened?
like it. I think it's pasty again.
Okay, then take it off. Try it. Take
Maybe I
it off.
need,
Wait, hit HD again.
okay.
I,
Oops.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think HD is better, but you may, yeah, you can now. Do you have the touch-up appearance on there?
Hang on. Let's see. Boy, if I do, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Oh,
This is
I
the first time
love
I've
that
even
thing.
gotten it to work.
Yeah, I love
And I've had
touch-up
it
your
for a couple
appearance.
years.
Okay, so it's in background and effects.
Yes.
Touch up appearance. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, under background, touch up appearance.
So go to
Oh, over here. I
background and
see.
effects. Yep. And then we're gonna click on that
Oh,
touch-up appearance,
I
and I just
see.
dial that thing all the way to the right. That's what I
Well,
like.
at some point I'm going to have to wear makeup, but
No, don't worry about that. You
Oh,
don't have
just
to
for
wear
low
makeup.
light.
No, you don't have to wear
Nope.
makeup. Okay.
Good.
Okay, so look at that now. Okay. So you have the touch-up appearance all the way on?
Um, yeah. Wait, embarrassingly, that's all the way off,
That's okay.
and
oh yeah,
that's
you need to
all the
have
way
it
on.
on
Yeah, we want it
to
all the
the
way
right.
on. I mean, why not?
I
Hey,
don't see any difference.
Okay.
Adjust for low light because I am
Try
in a
that.
dark corner.
Yes.
Click adjust for low light.
And I put mine on under auto.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how
auto.
mine came
Okay,
up.
good. There we go. Now we're good. You're all set up.
But
You got your webcam set
I
up.
feel like I'm pasty.
Well, it can't
I
fix
need a spray
everything,
tan,
Debbie,
but I can.
Get
What
out
about
in the
Kind
this one?
sun.
I would say like, can you minus 20 years Zoom? What do we do? How do we take off,
Well, that should be a studio effect up here, and which
But
is,
we still want to look like ourselves. So now your webcam set up. Congratulations. You did it. Was
thank
that
you.
easy?
Thank you for your help. I would not have been able
You're
to do it
welcome.
otherwise.
You're welcome. Okay, good.
So,
What did
Lisa,
I do
I
Yes.
have
now?
two questions
Yes.
because I have speaker and I attending like you attending meeting and stuff like that. And one thing that it really bothers me when somebody speak and they're moving to like in other words, they're floating.
Oh, yeah. Like if they're in their virtual background, you mean?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
and to me, I get dizzy watching that.
Oh, like if there's animation or
No,
something?
no,
Or
no, like this, like
oh, like they're
okay, and then
like that?
sometimes I see them only like this.
Yeah. Which is a great point. So let's end on that because I know we have like four minutes left. So the biggest thing that you can bring to your Zoom game is awareness, right?
Mm-hmm,
Because if you notice it, someone else is probably noticing it, right?
mm-hmm.
And whether it's like tapping or I was just on a call the other day and someone was trying to voice text someone and didn't put themselves on mute. We have to have an increased level of awareness. And that means like I've got a swivel chair, right? Have you ever
Mm-hmm.
seen someone do this? If they're nervous. So
Oh,
if
okay.
you are, so you really want to just kind of be there and like note like whatever you can be to be professional, be aware of your surroundings. Yes. And you want to have your eyes to the camera.
Mm-hmm,
So you want to know where's the camera. If
mm-hmm,
it's not in a good spot, then you can change that. And I'll show you another thing that you can get to help that if you have a laptop. But you want to have eyes up
mm-hmm.
and you want to have yourself framed in a way that like it doesn't mean you have to be exactly in the middle, but you want like you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be, down like
In a
you
lounge
want to
chair.
be you want to be like you don't want to be
Wait a
down
minute.
like
I
this,
need to
right?
sit on something. I need a
Yeah.
pillow.
Yeah, so you might adjust your desk or
Mm-hmm.
your
The
chair
screen.
to the screen just to make sure you're like, am I framed? And like say even Debbie, you've got these yellow things on the wall. There's probably your business notes. I would put those
Oh,
out of
yeah,
the
that's my cheat sheet
yeah. So
for
we want that out of the
weapons.
frame. We want that. We don't want that in the frame. It's fine for now, but just I would move that. Maybe the picture behind you could be taken down. Like that's not helping
Yes, it
either,
could.
right?
Yeah.
So, but you could maybe put like, so I've got this little like I bought this special stool just for my book, right? I was like, I need a certain height, a certain. So you might have to shop around a little bit. Like, could I like maybe Debbie, you could put like a little those little floating shelves and have your book right there. You've got space on this side. It's probably on your right
Well,
side. You
I
have
just chose a corner just because it's messy that way.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is that you could like that could be your permanent Zoom space where you're like, I've got a little spot right here. I could put a floating shelf, got my book up there. That would be fine. You could do
It's
that.
like Susie. I like that. I like
Yeah.
her
Yeah,
background.
Susie's
Susie's
got
is
it
it's a
down.
little dark for my taste though. Like that room
Yeah,
is
but I have
dark.
a ring light for when I'm going to be on.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. So, um, okay. Now the other thing I was gonna say, oh my gosh, I was gonna tell you all something, and it's 12 o'clock.
Susie, can you turn on that light so I can see how you look with
Oh
the
yeah, let me try to find it. Yeah.
sorry, that's so you can think,
Oh,
Lisa.
I know what thank you. Thank you, Debbie. I know what I was going to say. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to look this up on Amazon. I'm going to show you guys. Let me find it. Laptop stand. This is if you have a laptop. This is really cool. It's like touch a game changer. Okay.
Oh, that light.
Yeah, that's a ring light. Okay. While she's setting that up, take a look. This is the laptop stand that you could buy.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like that. It's currently unavailable. They're like $15 or something like that. But you can put this under your laptop. This is what I use, and it raises it up so that your webcam is your eye level. So you can adjust the different inclines to it. Okay. So if you have a laptop, I highly recommend getting one. They're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, I use similar like that for my tablet, but I use my computer. I use a big screen, so because I have a
Yeah,
desktop,
that's fine. Yeah,
and
it's
that's
just
why.
if you're it's for laptop people if you have
Yeah,
a
for laptop. Yeah.
okay, Susie. Yes, Carmelita.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the name of that. What do you call it?
Oh, I just call it a laptop stand. Let me see. The one that I
Oh,
bought isn't available anymore, but I will
They have a
I'll put
bunch of different kinds, don't they, Lisa?
I'll put it in here. You just have to find something that looks similar to it. Because it says it's not available anymore, but yeah. Okay, Susie, are you ready? And then we're gonna close it out.
Okay, so now the light.
Oh, I can't. How
Now
come?
what happened? Now we
We
can't see
lost
me.
you. We
No,
lost
Yeah,
you.
I can't see
I
you.
think you're low. You're lower than I don't.
Maybe your webcam moved. There we go. There
Here
she
we
is.
go.
Oh, the hole was covered by the light.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
That
now how's
that
that?
looks nice.
It's better.
That good?
Better. Yeah. It's
Okay.
still to me a little darker, but that, I don't know if you
Yeah.
have a window. Do you have a window by
My
you?
window is right in front of my computer.
Oh, well, is the curtains open or
Yes, yes.
oh,
See now if I
it's a dark room. Oh,
close the
then that's really cool.
blinds,
Okay.
you see that?
Yeah. Okay.
But that's
Yeah.
with the window light.
Okay. Okay. And you don't have an overhead light or anything?
No, but I could put another light in the background, but it
That's
might
it's
be
pretty dark
distracting.
still.
Yeah.
Still pretty dark.
I use
Oh, I
have
see.
a natural light window on my side.
Yeah.
How's
Okay.
that?
It's getting there. Or maybe move the banner in front of the light a little bit. Yeah, it's still just a little dark. I play with it a little bit and see how could you get some more light in there, or
Maybe
it's
get
hard
the
for me to
light
tell when I'm not
closest.
there,
Yeah.
but yeah, but keep working on it. Like keep kind of like looking, like look at your background as like someone else is seeing it. So like, okay, you might go like, oh, I need to like sometimes like my housekeeper's coming and my book gets moved over. I'm like, oh, I gotta like make sure I'm gonna get it
Yeah.
right in
But
there.
is this the right height? I have books under my laptop, so it comes up higher.
You're gonna want to get that laptop stand that I just put in the chat. It's that on Amazon. They're not available anymore, but you just find one that looks similar. That'll help instead of having to do the books. It's a lot better
But is
system.
this a
Yes.
height? Okay.
Yes, your height is good. Your height is good, but you're gonna want to not do books ideally because then it could fall and stuff.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't see the thing behind you. Can't read it,
The
certainly.
banner. Well,
that's okay. It's
It's in a very
It's the banner.
yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, so I hope you learned a lot. I didn't use any of
Yes.
my
Oh,
slides. I
yes,
was kidding because
great.
I was like, I go, let's just dig in and like we're gonna just solve as many problems as we can today. That's what we're doing.
It
So,
was very good,
If you
Lisa.
ever need a
Thank you
sample
so much, Lisa.
audience,
That was wonderful.
oh, you're
Yeah.
welcome. Thank you for being so
It was very
open with your
hands-on.
questions and willing to dive in and do stuff that isn't comfortable and learn and grow. It was really fun helping everyone today. So.
I'm curious what
Yep.
you didn't get accomplished. I bet you had a whole sheet of things you wanted to accomplish, and
Oh no, it's okay. Well, no, I have a whole thing, yeah. But my main goal was that we tackle the things that are on your mind today,
the basics,
and yeah,
right?
what one person's basic is another person's advanced. We don't know.
Oh,
So
you betcha.
if there's
Yeah.
anything that was keeping you from making more money or raising more money or, showing up your best self, I wanted to make sure those were our top priorities today. So
Huh.
Thank you so
right.
much,
Thank you
Lisa.
so much, Lisa.
You are
Lisa, you were
welcome.
amazing.
And okay, do
Welcome.
you want do you want so can you send me the recording to me so I will do the mail, I will do the
Yes.
emailing, so you don't have to do
Yes.
that, Lisa.
And
Yes.
also, Angeline, I just got a text from Madeline Plate. She said she couldn't get in. So,
I don't know.
Oh,
We're
I
here.
Oh,
We're
sent
here.
the
Bye,
same
Madeline.
link
So
as
sorry,
all of
Madeline.
you.
and I'm gonna
So
get
okay.
you your money, Angeline. I just didn't. Something happened with Venmo.
Okay,
I gotta
we'll
just
figure it
get
out.
okay, no problem.
Okay. Thank
All right,
you.
you guys. Thank
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Lisa.
everybody.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
fun.
Bye-bye.
It's been a pleasure.